Good afternoon. Now that I got my sneezing out of the way, let's get going with the video. I'm wearing a brand on this shirt, so I'm going to try not to film the brand, and if I do, I'm going to delete the video. So yeah, I'm being careful, I know, but what can you do? It's about 2:15, 2:20 p.m. Actually, yes, I did say afternoon, not night. And the sun is obviously out, so since it's not Norway, it's night. Now, as you can hear, I am a bit hoarse. I'll try to drink some tea and get this finished. Now, sorry. I had, a few weeks back, I made a video about SOPA and PIPA and something called the DLD, which is Datalagringsdirektivet in Norwegian, meaning Data Storage Directive. Now, these are directives, these are acts, which basically force a company to store information about their customers and make those details, force those details to be available when the government asks for it. Now, these acts did not pass. They might still. You do have ACTA in Europe, which has been signed, unfortunately, and although it says it's supposed to be a tool against terrorism, it has already proven to be a tool against online piracy. And whereas I do not specifically condone piracy, I do condone privacy on the internet. I download stuff myself, for instance. I don't download movies or videos really, but I do download TV series because, first of all, we don't have Netflix here. In Britain they do, and if they did here as well, I probably wouldn't even consider downloading TV series because the stream quality is very good, and I have extremely fast internet. But seeing as that's not an option, seeing as we don't have anything like Netflix, I'm forced to only watch TV. Now, I paid for cable for a while, and now I just cut it all off because TV series I see now are already outdated. They don't go at the time when I can actually watch them because I work very strange hours, and it's like they have ads. I hate the commercials. I would rather pay for something like a streaming service like Netflix, and thereby not having to download to see the movies. I don't really watch that many movies, so movies is a bad example, but the TV series I want to watch, like Game of Thrones, for instance, very, very good TV series, and I find myself forced to download it. That being said, I'm not downloading movies, like I said, or music. I like to buy my music because I want the CD, I want the physical disc. I want the clip art, I want the lyrics to a song. If there are no lyrics like in much of the dubstep music, I still want to have like the clip art and all that stuff. Same thing with games. I mean, I could have modded my Xbox, never bothered to do so. I want the original game. Then again, I can afford it. I mean, I have a steady, decent income. I'm not rich by any means, but I do fairly well. And there is no, I have no problems with buying my stuff. I do understand that it's not a right to get a movie or listen to music or anything like this, but it is part of our culture, And I think that stuff like YouTube has made it clear that it's possible to get music without paying too much for it. And buying a CD is extremely expensive compared to the cost of making one. I remember I created a business plan a few years back, quite a few years now actually, talking about the future of the music industry and touting or making a business plan for a product which could change a bit the way the music industry works. Specifically, I was talking about having machines in which you could buy music directly to your iPhone, your phone, or the phone, iPod, different MP3 players, creative MP3 players, etc. And it worked. I mean, it worked perfectly. Just the market said it wasn't needed. Of course, now maybe we were a bit early, which is fine. But the point of it was that you could be able to buy stuff a lot cheaper, and you could listen to it beforehand. It was like a listening station with the option to buy. You think of it as jukebox, but with headphones and the ability to buy the song you want straight onto your device. It should have been something like, we should have gone a bit further and started with the whole Spotify thing. Because we actually considered doing that, but we figured there was no way the music industry would be a part of it, and I think at the time it would have been right. Now my point is, there are solutions for getting rid of illegal downloading, and the solution has never been to create laws to counter it. The solution has always been to, I think I have forgot my card. I'm gonna have to ask my the solution is always to make things simpler, because it's like this. The companies say you can never compete against free, but that's not true. And the perfect example is car versus a bike. A bike will get you somewhere for free. Now, not for free as in free energy, but less energy than you would use to walk, and they will get you there faster. But a car will always be faster and simpler than a bike. If you have cities in which it's simpler to use a bike than a car, then people will most likely use a car or a bike more. And that's the whole thing. It doesn't have to be free, but it needs to be more simple, more effective and faster than using downloads. And this is where things like Spotify and Netflix come in. They are simpler, they are easier, they are faster than downloading. You always get what you want. There are no fake files. The speed is basically instant. You just click on a song to listen to it directly without having to download something first. And because of this, people are willing to pay for it. Netflix is huge, and Spotify is quite big. It's going to be a lot. It's going to grow a lot, and it has grown a lot in the next years. There are certain companies now that make about almost 2/3, some actually more than 2/3 of their money from Spotify alone. And I think this is the future. And if people had realized this before, things like PIPA and SOPA would never have come into existence, because it's not to protect you from cyber terrorism. It's always been about going after terrorists or going after illegal downloaders. And the only way we can stop people from illegally downloading is provide simpler, faster, legal alternatives. Alright, I have to go. I'll see you all later. Take care.